times back I said some men of God are going to be taken away from earth. That was the thing. 2 years back when I was giving that prophecy. So when he took, he stopped. The older servants of God, God stopped. Why? Because it seems like this generation that we are in, my generation, actually, the fathers who are above me, but not the very much sure ones. There is no connection between them and the other the big fathers. So if God picks one man of God away from earth, it is hard to get one person who 10 people like him. So he left them to make his church to be strong. But of recent I'm seeing the wave is coming again. We young ministers of God, we have been so proud. We have failed to learn from our mentors, because we have seen their mistakes. We focus on their mistakes, we ignore the good things they have done. So that has limited us. Last week I told you that I saw a prophet, very big prophet in Africa going. And I described him. Here, again I'm giving another prophet today. I was in a vision as I was praying. I prayed and I was in a vision. I saw a very powerful, very powerful man of God in Africa. This one now is not a prophet. I'm not talking about Uganda. I said Africa. Somebody very known, but advanced in age, was standing on his pulpit. And as he was standing, I saw mucus coming out of his nose, one side like this. Mucus. Coming. And he didn't even know about it. Oh, he wasn't even like bothered about it. So for him, he kept on talking and the mucus are flowing. One person from among his ministers came. I thought this person was going to help him. I saw the vision was strange. This person came with a stick instead, and was trying to hit him to see, I don't know whether to see whether he's feeling it or not. But as they were hitting him with a stick, his back, he wasn't feeling anything. He wasn't even bothered about this. And then this minister carried him in the praise of church like this, carried him away from the pulpit, took him away. Then after some short while, I saw darkness covering that big church. It's a very big church. People all see like this, but now the light got off and now the darkness started coming. I saw one minister came up and picked something from the pulpit like this, like then went out. When he went out, he did like this, then darkness covered. Then later, as I was moving now around, the news was spreading everywhere about him. I'm not interpreting it, I'm leaving the vision the way it is. Let us pray for the fathers of faith, servants of God. Then in Nigeria, I saw 2 big generals, 2 big. There are some small, but these were the big ones. One of them last year visited me, or I visited him. He prayed for me. But I don't even follow him. But he's one of the most top generals of God in the world. But from Nigeria. As came, I was in the church. I think it was this church. I wanted to come to him. I was failing. I'm seeing his prayer for people who want to come to him. I'm failing. Even when he saw me, he wanted to come to me and pray for me. Even he started falling down. But he struggled, he came and touched me. He fasted on me, he prayed for me. I got the deliverance, I got anointing. When I woke up from the vision, it was shown to me that this man, he has impacted on you what he had. The same thing another big prophet of God did when he was dying.
On October 6, 2025, Nigeria lost one of its greatest spiritual fathers, Reverend Dr. UKPAI, aged 80, a man of passion, prayer, miracles, and relentless faith. Though his voice is silent, his legacy still speaks in lives changed, souls lifted, and a kingdom advanced. This is his story. Hello everyone and welcome back again to UKPAI TV. Today we remember, we celebrate, we reflect, we walk through the life of Reverend Dr. UKPAI, the boy who lost his father, the preacher who sparked revival, the husband, the father, the legacy. He was born on January 7, 1945 in Asaga, Ohofia, Abia State, Nigeria, and at a tender age he lost his father, a reality that would forever shape his empathy for orphans, the broken, and the vulnerable. And after his father's death, young Uma moved to live with his relatives, sometimes rejected, sometimes helped, but always with resolve to press on. And as a schoolboy, he once faced a bizarre and frightening moment. A madman burst into his class. Students fled, but God spoke to him to command the man to leave, and the man obeyed. That event became an early sign to him and others that God had placed supernatural authority in his words. UKPAI gave his life to Christ in 1958 as a young man seeking meaning, direction, and hope. His calling was never a smooth climb. He preached in small gatherings, even at his school, before doors opened wider. He pursued education both at home and abroad, journalism, theology, divinity in Nigeria, the UK, and the US. He believed in equipping the mind while the Spirit equipped the heart. He founded the UKPAI Evangelistic Association UUEA, a non-denominational ministry focused on evangelism, healing, revival, and unity. His crusades drew tens of thousands. Cities across Nigeria and beyond experienced nights of revival, miracles, healing, and testimonies. His Greater Lagos for Christ crusade in 1985 is often credited for catalyzing the creation of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, PFN, a body bringing together many Pentecostal churches. And beyond the pulpit, he launched medical outreaches, hospitals, eye centers, educational institutions, scholarship programs, and so on. He was married to Philomena UKPAI since 1975, and together they bore children, raised a family, walked through ministry together, but life was not without pain. On one of the darkest days, they lost 2 children in a car accident on that same day, and that tragedy shook him deeply, but rather than collapse, he preached the next day, or that same day, holding tight to faith that God is faithful even when we don't understand. And in many interviews, he said, if his story teaches anything, it's that pain is part of the journey of life, but God's grace remains. As of October 6, 2025, Reverend Dr. UKPAI passed into eternity at 80 years of age. The family and Christian communities confirmed his homegoing, remembering him as a spiritual general, a man devoted to God and people. Though his physical feet have ceased to walk the earth, his influence marches on through the ministries he founded, lives he touched, and leaders he mentored. Institutions he founded will carry forward his vision: the UKPAI School of Theology, UKPAI Polytechnic, medical outreach arms, and the ongoing work of UUEA. His legacy, faith in adversity, bold proclamation of the gospel, unrelenting commitment to raising others, and a life that said, "Let the impossible bow to Jesus." Weeping may linger for the night, but joy comes in the morning. And as we mourn his absence, let us also celebrate that the glorious morning has come for him. May he still rest in perfect peace, and may his legacy spark new flames for God.